We are continuing Sharei Gilgullim. So we're in Hakdama Yud Aleph, which we called a mini Sharei Gilgullim within itself. Right? So he said, right, that every olam has its own 5 partsufim. So there's 4 olamot, Abiyah, and everyone has Narnechi, which is Arich Abba Ima Inzud. Pashut, right? So he says, Kol Bichinat HaNishamot HaNiskarim, all the Nishamot, which is Narnechi of every world. Kulam Nichlelu Ba'adam HaRishon. So Adam HaRishon was a walking universe. Mamish, from the beginning to the end. והנה אדם היה כלול מרמ"ח איברים ושסה גידים. גם בבחינת הנשמות שבו. Just like he had limbs and sinews, 613 altogether, so too his nishamot are also split in that way. That's the famous thing that people always say. There's a neshama from the eye, a neshama from the leg, a neshama from the lashon. באופן כי כל חלק מהנזכר יתחלק לסדר הנזכר. Which means every neshama will also be split into narnechi. Just like every olam is narnechi, so too every part of his neshama is also a narnechi. Has its own narnechi. For example, let's say
the nefesh doesn't have a narnechi.
Nefesh has a narnechi too. But he's saying the chelik of the body. Let's say the ayin. The ayin has a narnechi, right? Katef. He's going to talk a lot about the katef of Adam HaRishon. Has its own narnechi, right? And he's going to go. There's many chalukim. Narnechi into the narnechi, into the narnechi, into the narnechi. Ketzad, chelek ha-yichida da-atzilut, the highest part of Atzilus. What's it called, yichida? It itself, nechlak letaryag ivarim vegidim. It itself can be split up to 613 parts. We call every vegid mem nikra shoresh echad, and every part of the 613 is itself one shoresh. V'ken ha-chaya, or ha-neshama, or ha-ruach, or ha-nefesh da-atzilut. So, you have Yechida Da'atzilut, for example. Yechida Da'atzilut has 613 shorashim. That's al Piyat Pshat right now. Okay? So to every part of Atzilut has 613 shorashim. Nefesh Da'atzilut, Ruach Da'atzilut, Neshama, Chaya, and Yechida. Kol Bichinut Me'em Nitchalka L'Taryak shorashim. So 613 is a very big number. Right?
It's more than 5. More than nefesh ruach neshama.
What, 613? What do you mean more than 5? I'm saying the number itself. The number itself represents something very big. Oh, that's what I'm saying. But we have to learn why HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose the number Taryag. That's already in the Zohar.
Why?
So the Pashtut, first we have to learn where does this is something really interesting because, you know, I always say the whole Gemara, there's only one source of their 613 mitzvot. Masechet Makot. I believe page Chaf Gimel, Daf Chaf Gimel. Right? There's one source, there's 613 mitzvot, it's in the bottom of the Daf, I remember. And the Rishonim are, you know, they're So'arim, they're going on fire. What are the 613 mitzvot? How do you count them? We have the Rambam's Pshat, the Ramban's Pshat, for example. According to the Rambam, there is no mitzvah kiyumit to live in Eretz Yisrael. You're not chayav to live in Eretz Yisrael. Yeah, Kadosh Baruch Hu gave us the land. It's our land, but if you don't live there, it's not an avera. The Rambam. It's not a chiyuv. It's not a chiyuv kiyumit. According to the Ramban, for example, it's a chiyuv kiyumit. You must live in Eretz Yisrael. That's a very big difference in mitzvot. Or another very famous difference between the Rambam. It's just the Rambam and the Ramban. The Rambam holds there's no mitzvah lehodot laHashem. I mean, it's something natural. It means if something good happened to me, is there a mitzvah right now to say thank you Hashem for giving me, for helping me, or do like what people say Svat Chodaya, to say Hallel for something good that happened to you? No, he doesn't count that as one of the 613 mitzvot. But Ramban, on the other hand, does count that as one of the 613 mitzvot. It's a very big difference, right? The Geonim have their own shita, right? There are the mitzvot that everybody knows, that they're part of the 613 mitzvot. Tefillin, Shabbat, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Talmud Torah, Keneged, Kulam. Very interesting, actually, today I was thinking about this chidush, excuse me. I was thinking, so there's 613 mitzvot. Minus 1 is going to be 612. Gematria Brit. Yesod. Tzaddik Yesod Olam. So 613 mitzvot. 613, 612. Brit is 612.
Why minus 1?
Because 613, take away 1 is 612. 612 is Brit. You want to do Ma'aleh B'Kodesh, you're saying. I'm going from the top to the bottom, like Beit Shammai. So you have 613, then you have 612, the Brit. So the Tzaddik Yesod Olam holds the mitzvot inside of him. You get it? You have 613 mitzvot. Then there's 612 Brit. Right?
The Brit is Kolel.
Kolel also the mitzvot, because he's the Yesod. He holds everything inside of him. Then minus 1 from 612, what are you going to get? 611. What's that? Torah. Talmud Torah is the Yesod of everything. Inside that was the Yesod Abba. Inside the Yesod Abba is the Yesod Dezah. Inside the Yesod Dezah is all the Chasadim V'Gvurot, which are the Shorashim of all the 613 mitzvot. Right? 613, 612, 611. Right?
But why are we going minus?
So you want to go from the bottom to the top. It doesn't make a difference. You're saying 613, 612, and 611. Right? And 614, now I'm adding. 614 is cherut, freedom. Freedom from malach hamavet, of course. Cherut ala luchot. Right? Okay? That was just the chidush. Now, what's the source of 613? So the source that I know.
Source of what?
Why is it 613? Is a Zohar. And the Idra Rabbah, Zohar says, huh?
Shani and Zechri.
But no, well, why 613? Where did we find the first time 613 in the Olamot? So Zohar says there's 613 pathways in the Rosh of Zah. The Rosh of Zah, the fourth system, has 613 pathways.
So the Yesod,
right? So 600 is Zah. Why is he Zah? Because he's 6. He's Vak of Atzilut. He's the Ruach, he's 6. 600. 13 is going to be Yag Midot Rachamei. Because all of Zah's purpose is to get to the level of Arich. Not Abba Ve'ima. Because Abba Ve'ima, you're going to learn Etz HaChaim, is always hidden under the Zakan of Arich. Right? The Zakan of Arich is Aruch. Gets to Tabura de Liba. And that's exactly where Abba Ve'ima are. So they're always hidden by Arich.
So Zah's aiming to get
So Zah's always aiming to get there. And especially when Arich bends down, the Mashal of course, all of Mashal. Especially when Arich bends down to look at Zah. Then completely he's covering Abba Ve'ima and Yasut. Right? So Arich and Zah always wants to be like Arich.
the middle kind of.
Yeah, the middle. Arich is in the middle, Abba Ve'ima are from the right and left, and Zah's in the middle looking up. Right? That's how the Olamot are standing. So the 13, in the 613, is the Yad Midot that Zah wants to reach. Because he only has 9. That's the secret of Hallel. Hallel has 9 times Adam and Havaya over there in the Mina Metzar Karatiya. If you look at any Sidur HaRashash, he writes there the 9 Midot. Zah wants to reach 13. And we do that through our mitzvot, always thinking to bring down the Shinai Nehorim. I told you guys once that the Rabbi Yehuda Flaya in his Perush on Idra Rabbah, Yain Arecha, quotes the Ari HaKadosh in Shara Ruach HaKodesh, and he says if all the Rabbanim of the generation would at least take some time of their day to be Makaven, the Yichud of the Yudin Vavavin, the Geulah would come, Berachamim, and there wouldn't be Yudin Vavavin. It's a special Yichud, which the whole point of the Yichud is to draw down that energy from Keter to Zah. And to make everything Rachamim. It's a very long Yichud.
It's called Yichud.
Yichud Hayudin Vehavavin. It's a very long Yichud, but it's also one of the 3 longest Yichudim. And it's a very important Yichud. And it has to be done after midnight. if you do it after midnight, but tahara, of course. But on Shabbos, you could even do it before midnight. And in Chodesh Elul, you could do it all the time. Because that's when the Yag Midot are constantly open.
So when are you teaching it?
Yichud Eidim Aravi. I taught it one Purim. It's not recorded. No. It's a long time.
Are you recording it?
We have to record it and we have to teach it to everybody.
Also, Yichud
But you see, the thing is, I taught that Chotam is also a very big Yehud.
Chiverte.
Chivarte, that's the Yudin V'Aravi.
Oh, that's it.
That's Yudin V'Aravi.
I always look at it, but I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Kametz.
Yeah. There's Kamatzim, there's Cholam.
All three.
3 Nikudot, there's Ta'amim, Nikudot, Otiyot. There's, the main thing is the Ta'amim, of course. Ta'amim and Nikudot. That's the Chayut of the Olamot. So the Yichud HaChivarte, that's the most important Yichud. Chivarte comes from the Aramaic word Chivar, white. So the Arich Anpin is Lavan, Lavnunit HaElyon. Rachamim, Rachamim Gemurim, complete Rachamim. Yeah. So 613 is the connection between Za and Arich. Right? That's where our mitzvot stem from. So the Chivarte of Arich turned into 613 pathways in the Rosh of Za. That's how we get 613 mitzvot. The Either Rabbah talks about it. It's very important to know the shorish of the number 613.
The shorish is from Za, it gets split.
From Arich. So too, every bechina of the 5 partsufim of Bria are also split into Taryag, 613 shorashim. V'kulam nikraim neshama de Bria, and they're all called the neshama of Bria. V'kan kol bechina mechamisha partsufia yitzira derech haniskar la'ed, and so too all the 5 partsufim yitzira, and so too chamisha partsufia asiya. עוד אפשר שיתחלקו חלק מהנזכר חלוק יותר פרטי. וזה היה על ידי חטאו של אדם הראשון ושאר הנבראים. אז בשלום, so he says, really, the chiluk is supposed to be 613. That's it. Only 613. But when the avon of Adam HaRishon happened, it split into more pieces. Because of the avon, you can't have one shorish fixing his whole shorish. He needs to split into much more human beings. And all of them work slowly until the end of Shita Alfei Shana to get to that. So all those deaths that you see, all those people who die in Kiddush Hashem, and all those things everything there is a cheshbon. Halabi ma'aleman. Right? Just the common denominator is, if everybody would learn Torah, we wouldn't need to do the tikkun in such a harsh way. It would be enough to do it b'kavana. Arba mitot beidin b'kavana, lamshich parna. There are big tzaddikim like Rabbi Akiva, and still kach ala b'machshava, such big shorashim that they have to die. They have to go that way. Kach ala b'machshava. But in general, for the layman, if a person is matmid b'solot HaTorah, then he's too important to let go. Right? In this world. So, what's the maskana? There's 613 shorashim in every bechina, and every partsuf, and every olam. Yehida da'atzilut, Chaya da'atzilut, Nar nechida atzilut. 613 times 5, let's say.
For only the Zah. Or only the shorish and isn't the Zah.
No, the shorish of how we get 613 is from Zah. Right? But all the olamot are broken into 613 shorashim. It's deeper.
How's that the shorish of Zah if it starts from Keter?
No, because in potential, that means if I look at Keter, I say Atzilut, Yechidav Atzilut. So Yechidav is Arich. Alright? Arich it's himself. In his Rosh doesn't have 613 pathways. His Rosh is only one shorish. His whole goof, his whole kli is 613. In Zah, when we look to combine to Zah, which is our Olam, the fourth system, from where we get our Bechinot of 613 mitzvot, that's the Taryag Orchin Bereishat Zah. Okay?
So what makes it a shorish?
The mitzvot come from the 613 Orchin Bereishat Zah. But every Olam is also broken in a Kli, the whole Kli. Not just the Rosh or this and that, right? That means the 600...
Wouldn't it make Arich the Shoresh?
No, but we have no connection to the mitzvot of Arich. We have no connection to the mitzvot of Abba. We have no connection to the mitzvot of Ima.
But if we're getting Shefa from Ima,
When it's
saying it comes
mitlabesh
from Ima.
when it's mitlabesh b'toch za. That means when
It's
we
all the
eat...
time mitlabesh b'zah, no?
No. How about when
Malchut is
za...
getting Shefa straight from Ima.
So for example, let's say Malchut is getting from Ima through za. But, let's say Ima is mitlabeshet b'toch za. So now, what does it mean when Ima is mitlabeshet b'toch za?
Shefa from Ima, for example, Chanukah.
So the Pashtut, it means that the Nahi, Netzach Hod Yesod of Ima, go inside of za. When za combines with the Nahi, Netzach Hod Yesod of Ima, then he gets Chabad. Before he didn't have Chabad. He didn't have Gadlut. He was Bekatnut.
And now he becomes his guy.
His Nahi combines with his Vak, whichever way I'm not going to, Nahi of Ima, combines with his Vak, and now he's going to get Chabad. He adds 3 more spheres. Huh?
The Na'i of Ima, that what becomes his guy, or?
Yeah, it combines with his Vak. I'm not going to get into how, but pieces of pieces combine together to turn into his Chabad. Now what happens to Ima? She doesn't have Na'i now? Of course, she gets a new one. Whatever she gave to Za, she gave to Za. Now she gets new Nahi. Correct? So in Ima herself, even though she gave a piece of her to Za, now Za went up to the Tiferet of Ima. He got higher, he grew. Gadlut now. Before he was Mitachat LaChazeh. Now he got up to the Chazeh of Ima. He's higher.
He has the Na'i.
Yeah, which means now he has a Neshama. He only had Nefesh and Ruach before. Now he got older. Now he has a Neshama.
Ima's getting a new Na'i, or is it
Of
the
course.
same?
No. She
They're
gets a new Na'i.
They're in the same location.
No, but Ima gives Za Neshama through the Nahi that she gave him. And she also goes higher now.
You're saying the Gimel Rishonot reaches the Chazeh of Ima.
Yeah.
So that means he is already higher. He's the Makom Nahi of Ima.
He's Nahi of Ima ends where? Below.
After the Chazeh.
But when he gets Nahi the Ima, he gets the Chabad, he also gets Keter. Keter, he gets, I'm not going to get to the Pratim right now, but he gets to the Chazeh. When he gets a Neshama, it means he gets to the Chazeh of Ima. Okay, then he gets the Chaya from Abba. That means he gets a Nahi of Abba now. He goes higher. Now he reaches the Chazeh of Chokhmah, of Abba. Right? And then he gets from Arich. Nahi the Arich. He goes even higher. What happens to Arich, Abba, and Ima at the same time? They also go higher. It doesn't mean that he passes them. As he gets his neshama, they get their neshama. As he gets his chaya, they get their chaya, and so on and so on. That means their tikkun is dependent on his tikkun. If he's nitakan, if the fourth system is nitkan, hem gam nitkanim. But all of our mitzvot that we do is only be'erech za. That means when we say that Moshe Rabbeinu is Yesod of Abba, he's not Yesod of Abba in Abba himself. He's Yesod of Abba in Za. When we say Abraham Yitzhak was Chagat, Ruach Da'atzilut, the Ruach Da'atzilut in Za. Not Ruach de Neshama, not Ruach de Chaya.
Who's Ruach Da'atzilut?
That's Ruach Da'atzilut of Za. That's Za himself. But there could be Ruach the Neshama da Atzilut, there could be Ruach the Chaya da Atzilut, there could be Ruach the Yichida da Atzilut. So everything that we do, the mitzvot that I do, Shakol Niya B'Dvaro, B'Varechet Hashem, everything that I do is all...
Can we connect to the Abba?
No. The Abba and Ima themselves, no. It's impossible.
We connect to Za.
We're connected to Za. We're fixing Shita Alifei Shana. Now, is there a Metzias of Taryag in Arich and Abba and Ima? Yes, there is a Metzias of Taryag. But not in the way that we can perceive it. You get it? That's what I'm trying to say over here.
Maybe when Mashiach comes.
When Mashiach comes, we're going to reach Ima.
And that's when we're going to fix Ima.
Right.
Lovely.
And then we're going to go Chaya, then we're going to go to Arich, then we're going to get to Ak. After Ak, we're going to get to the top of the Tzimtzum. That means the Tzimtzum, this is already that Ari didn't talk about. the tzimtzum that we're in right now is the chetzi tzimtzum. Then there is the level, the chetzi ha'elyon shel tzimtzum. So it's like a talis. The mashal is a talis. A person takes a talis, it's a big talis, and he makes it into half, right? So the first things that Hashem created, it's very interesting, was the aleph bit. By the tzimtzum, the aleph bit came out. So the aleph bit are very it's a very holy, like mamash, the whole world is aleph bit.
That's what the Rabbi Akiva speaks about, or not?
I never learned Otiyot Rabbi Akiva. I learned the Ari HaKadosh. It's my... I do like Sharei Ora. I like Pardes Rimonim, even though it's very hard to learn. Just the fact that the Ramak wrote it makes me feel good. Sefer, I do like Sefrei HaKadmonim too, but like, they're hard to learn because their Lashon is very, very short. Their Hebrew is on a much higher level. You know? So it's hard to... You need a lot of Yishuv Adat. The Ari HaKadosh also need Yishuv Adat. This Shabbos was the first time in my life that I ever finished the Drush of the Sarah Mashkim, Sarah Tabachim, and Sarah Ofim, and Sarah Psukim. I never finished the Drush in my life. It's about 6 pages in the Ari. And I always used to get to the middle, I used to get tired, fall asleep, I couldn't finish it. This Shabbos was the first time I ever finished the Drush. So even in the Ari HaKadosh, you need a lot of, and I had to wait till Shabbat. I couldn't do it now. I don't have the Yishuv Adat. I had to wait till Shabbat, and Shabbat is really menucha.
You understand it better.
Not only that, the nefesh is the menucha. Everybody is calm, everybody's clean, everybody's nice, everybody's good. Nobody's talking about work, nobody's talking about anything, you're calm.
Yichud ketchubrief.
Huh?
Yichud ketchubrief.
Of course. You don't have to work, you don't have to rush to work, you don't have to rush out of tefillah, you don't have to rush out of this. You come, you're b'simcha, you come to shul, you could calm down. Fall asleep, you sleep, you know. It's a lot of Shabbat simcha. But my point is that not only, also the Ari needs a lot of Yishuv Adat. Even though this is the generation of the Ari HaKadosh. For sure. So many people are learning it.
Why do we wait?
For what?
Here at Lashem, it's Chaim.
It's Chaim. No, we're not ready.
How do you know?
You have to want it. You have to want it.
We want it.
You have to want it after the first page. Not just the first page.
I'm up to way before the first page.
Did you pass the first sha'ar?
I think we're up to the second, actually.
Gilgullim-21?
We spoke about the first thing in Gilgullim-21 also, but I'm not sure where.
Okay. Let's finish. Let's do the Sharei, okay? Let's go. It's going good. A couple of tangents, but important tangents. Right? The tar, we have to say, what's Taryag? To understand, we'll explain one and you'll understand to all the others. The lowest, nefesh da'asiyah. Right? Nukva da'asiyah is nefesh da'asiyah. הנה נוקבה דעשייה כוללת תרי"ג איברים וגידים ואלו נקראים תרי"ג שורשים גדולים. Let's take for example Nok Da'asiyah. She has תרי"ג parts and those are called תרי"ג שורשים גדולים. Okay, simple enough. רוצה לומר שפחות מזה אי אפשר להיות. You can't have less than 613. וכל שרש מאלו אינו פחות מתרי"ג ניצוצות. So, Nok Da'asiyah is how many Shorashim Gedolim? Taryag. And every one of those Taryag are broken into Taryag Nitzotzot. Shekol Nitzotz Nikra Nishama Echad Shlema. Every Nitzot is one complete Nishama.
Which gets split into 5.
Every Nishama has to be 5, correct. V'nikraim, turn the page, Taryag Nitzotzot Gedolim. So we have Shorashim Gedolim, and now we have Nitzotzot Gedolim. והנה על ידי הפגם התחלקות יותר פרטי. So far we have Taryag and Taryag. But he says sometimes that Taryag, the second Taryag, we broke it into more. והוא כי תרי"ג שורשים גדולים התחלקו עד 60 ריבוע שורשים קטנים ולא יותר. Sometimes the Taryag shorashim could be broken up to, because of the chet, to 600,000 shorashim.
Each.
You can do the math right now. But first you have to learn Reb Shimon. You can't just do the math. You don't learn Reb Shimon. Because there's a mahalach here. And I even think he gives a number. אבל פחות מזה אפשר להיות. It's not chayiv to beat 60 ribu. It depends on what was the chet in that shoresh. So let's say the
max that could get split is
600,000. Right? So it depends, like Aaron HaKohen, for example. That's a big stuff. That's, you could say, close to 60 ribu. You know? Anything that Torah doesn't matter. Anything that we're gonna learn Sharei Gilgullim, he comes back in the Gilgul. And once again, it's not really him. It's him. It's not him. It's that nitzotz, that shorish that was in the Aveir.
But that shorish did it for Hashem.
It's very nice, but it doesn't work that way, right? Sorry. There's a price to pay for being Aaron HaKohen. Just let me see this. You can't go against the Ari. There is no easy pass. He was punished for causing the death of his sons.
He caused that, so
yeah.
How did he cause the death of Nadav?
Gam ba'Aharon hit'anaf lahashmido, says the Pasuk. After Aharon passed away, at Sefer Devarim, when Moshe is giving the rebuke to Klal Yisrael, he's saying, in Aharon Hashem was angry, lahashmido. What's lahashmido?
The Eger.
Yeah. What's lahashmido? Rashi says, to kill also his sons. You should never have a
continuation.
And I said, ve'etpalel Hashem gam ba'ad Aharon. What does Rashi say? He saved half of the kids. Elazar, right? You eat them. So there is a. It says he came back as Uriah, as Zachariah, as Zachariah, the one that was killed on Yom Kippurim, until he was fit. He came inside Shmuel HaNavi. A lot of Gilgullim. That Nitzot went through.
He got the opportunity to do more. That's what for Hashem.
It's true, yeah. Well, I'm not sure that's what he wanted.
That's what Hashem wanted.
Avada.
He knew he was going to get in trouble and he was like, for the sake of
Listen, he did everything for the sake of Hashem. What can he do? But we know that Ari says he was supposed to die in Kiddush Hashem. He's a Shorish Heaven. He was supposed to go. B'machshava. Kachala b'machshava. You know, I was, that book you brought to Gafi, Be'er L'chayroi. How does he changes the whole shot of the Chet of Heaven?
You finished reading the whole thing?
Yeah, I did, and I don't know, he keeps on saying, it's really kind.
Yeah, I didn't understand, because I tried reading a little bit, I didn't see him going in depth.
No, there's about a page and a half he talks about it. But,
Dafka,
and it's not the pshat of the Ari in Shara Psukim. And Parashat, in Sefer Devarim, we talks about the Ari Miklat. It says, no, it's a heaven. That was Choteh B'machshava. I don't know.
I can re-ask.
How about the Munka? Oh, because he knows...
Okay,
huh?
I can try to re-ask him.
Take a picture of it.
I showed it to him last time, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. I was
okay,
like,
so, listen, I don't have WhatsApp, Baruch Hashem. I'll send you the pictures and ask him. It says
Kuf Chavdala page.
Right.
It's like 3 books.
Right, and by the way, it's not in order. The 3 books are not in order. I mean, he doesn't talk like this. Tikkun is supposed to be at the end. It's in the middle of the second book. You get it? The whole book is out of order.
I didn't realize.
The whole book is out of order. Tikkun Samichet is in the middle, Tikkun Chav Bet is at the end, Tikkun Yud Zayin is in the beginning. He didn't write the book, he didn't do in order.
I'm up to the first few pages, and that's what's in order so far.
Maybe that's part of the order. The rest is not. Take a look. You'll see. Okay, no חשוב.
But there was 3 books to begin with, so they put it.
Yeah, that's the same. אבל פחות מזה אפשר להיות. וגם אינו מוכרח שכל שורש גדול יתחלק לחשבון שזה שווה בשורש חברו. Every שורש is independent in the way it's split. כי הכל לפי הפגם. Everything is, right?
יש שורש גדול שיתחלק. על אף שורשים קטנים. יש שונות וכי יוצא לזה.
Right, so there's one that will be split to 1,000, one to 100. אני מבחינת כל התרי"ג שורשים גדולים ביחד, אי אפשר שיתחלקו ליותר מ-60 ריבוע שורשים קטנים. But תרי"ג, the max that תרי"ג could be split into is 6,000. והדרך זה בניצוצות התרי"ג. שבכל שורש ושורש מתרי"ג שורשים. Now that was in the שורשים הגדולים. But we said everyone could be split into תרי"ג ניצוצות. What about them? כי כל ניצוץ מהם מתחלק לכמה ניצוצות. יש ניצוץ גדול שחלק ל-1,000, יש ל-100. כל תרי"ג ניצוצות גדולים, אין מתחלקים יותר מ-60 ריבוע ניצוצות קטנים. So not only could the תרי"ג שורשים גדולים be מתחלק, also the תרי"ג ניצוצות could be מתחלקים, they could be מתחלק to 60 ריבוע. It doesn't have to be מתחלק ל-60 ריבוע, but it could be מתחלק ל-60 ריבוע. הכל לפי הפגם. I want you to look at Rabbi Shimon for a second. Go back a page to Kemach. Chet at the second paragraph.
ואף על פי
שריבוי
הגלגולים אינו מחמת החטא, רק מחמת תשלום קיום המצוות כמראה.
כמדובר בדברינו. So that means, why do people come to Gilgul?
To fix mitzvot.
To fix mitzvot, not because of chataim usually. Unless he didn't have children, which we're going to learn about. But really, Gilgulim are mostly for...
You see, Aaron HaKohen saying...
Huh?
Aaron HaKohen was Megulgal.
Let's see what he says. Don't forget, Aaron HaKohen didn't see the Beis HaMikdash, he didn't serve in the Beis HaMikdash. מכל מקום, that means
it depends on
even though you come back to a Gilgul really because of mitzvot, not because of pegam, but the amount of mitzvot you're gonna do or you'll want to do depends on your pegam.
So how's the depending on the splitting?
So look what he says. שלולא החטא, היה אדם רודף אחר המצוות כמחפש אחר מטמון. If it wasn't for our חטאים, you would run after mitzvot, the neshama Yehudi would run after mitzvot like running after treasures.
מצוות שהם בידה לקיימם, גם כן הוא מסייעים
אותו
מן השמיים
לזמינו לידו.
ושום תיקון נפש לכל היותר.
בשניים או בשניים שלושה גלגולים. ולא הייתה נפשות שיכל להתפלל ניצוצות רבות כל כך. That means, because of the pegam,
you're just suffering.
It
takes you harder to fulfill the mitzvah.
Because you don't have the drive. You always want to do
that. You have the
blockage. You have a blockage. מה שאין כן עכשיו.
You have to invite the Shekhinah inside of us.
Yes. מה שאין כן עכשיו, שהחטא נועל דלת בפניו ומונעו מלרדוף אחר המצוות ואינו יכול לתקן בכל גלגול, רק מעט מחלקי נשמתו. Every mitzvah you do, you're מתקן a part of your entire גברים. ויצטרך לגלגולים רבים וממילא מתחלק את נשמתו לניצוצות רבות. That means, why is the shorsh being מתחלק? Because you keep on coming back of Gilgulim. Because it's the pagam that you're doing now. That pagam keeps on making your shore split.
That pagam doesn't let me fulfill the mitzvah.
The pagam that you did before doesn't let me fulfill the mitzvah. And because of that, I had to come again. And because of that, my shore keeps on splitting. So that means it's not because the pagam split to begin with to 1,000 or to 600,000. Because there was a shchet there to begin with that caused the mini'ah, causes the next Gilgul also not to run after the mitzvot so much, and again he has to come back, and again, and again, and again, and instead of fixing it in 2-3 times, you could end up coming 1,000 times. ויצטרך לגלגולים רבים, וממילא מתחלקת נשמתו לניצוץ רבות כמה גופים, נמצא שהחטא הוא סיבה. So you see the חטא is the real סיבה להתחלקות זה. מי הוא? However, לאל בהקדם הזין, במילים של הקדם הזין, משמע דלא כמו שכתוב בספר גלגולים.
So
it's much more different.
Without fixing the pagan, is that anyways going to split?
That's why Gehinom, that's why you go, no, it's Gehinom. Gehinom. But הקדם הזין, משמע something else. שהתחלקות, לא כמו שכתוב, אלא שהתחלקות הוא מחמת החטא עצמו. In הקדם הזין, no. הקדם הזין says no, the התחלקות is because of the חטא itself, not because of the mitzvot that you're missing. It's the חטא itself. That means there's a different source, הקדם הזין, that says, which we learned it, that the חטא עצמו makes the chiluk in the nishamot. How so? That contradicts what we just learned. שכיוון שנשרו מן האדם, נפרדו לניצוצות ולחלקים רבים מחמת חטאו של האדם. So הקדם הזין and that feud specifically said, why did it split לניצוצות? מחמת חטאו של האדם. הרי שמחמת חטא האדם הראשון כבר נפרדו לניצוצות רבות. קודם שיבואו למיגול. So, in ספר גלגולים, it says, no, the lack of our mitzvot causes the התחלקות. But in הקדם היוד, it makes it sound because of the חטא of האדם הראשון, already the התחלקות happened. Beautiful question.
Well, maybe that's what he answers. That causes him not to do the mitzvah.
Opposite. No, because Akdam Zayin is saying already
it was split.
It was split because of the Chet Adam Rishon. It's a question.
He did the Chet. He didn't do the mitzvah. So split.
He did mitzvah too. He was 1,000 years over here. He did plenty of mitzvah. Almost 1,000. ויש לומר, let's see what he says, שגם זה אינו מחמת עצם החטא. רק מסיבתו. הוא מחמת שצפה השם יתברך שאי אפשר עוד להישאר כל שורש תחת רגלתיים ניצוצות גדולות לבד, כמו שהיה בתחילה בהיותם כלו באדם הראשון, משום שעל ידי חטא התערב בהם רע ונחזו במכלי, ואין כוח ונבראים לתקן כל אחד ניצוץ אחד גדול כזה. לכן חילק אותם אז לחלקים קטנים, אבל לא קטנים ביותר עד 60 ריבו. רק כפי מה ששיערה חוכמתו יתברך, שיוכלו הנבראים לתקן כל אחד חלק אחד מהם. So he's saying, first, Hashem saw because of the Hit Arbut of Bera, there had to be a chiluk in the Neshama. It can't be one guy's going to finish one shorish. Okay, he split, but not till Shishim Ribo, they split. Okay. ולפי שצפה עוד השם יתברך, שאם יוסיפו לחטוא גם הם בבואם לעולם, נוסף על החטא האדם הראשון, לא יספיקו לתקן כל אחד אפילו חלק קטן הזה ויגול אחד.
Why wasn't it split the first time?
Because of the חטא האדם הראשון.
Because
there was a Hit Arbut of Bera, and a Tov Bera caused that one person cannot fix one shorish. So that shorish has to be split itself to 613 and more.
So that's going to cause everything.
That's exactly what it is. And because Hashem saw that also us, we're also going to mess up. So why
is he saying in the beginning that it's only the cause?
Let's finish what he says. לגלגולים רבים, לכן נתן כוח בהם שיוכלו להתחלק עוד לחלקים פרטיים דקים ביותר, עד היות שיתחלק כל שורש ל-60 ריבון, לצורך נתונים אם מסתרך לכך. So he's saying it's not that we're splitting right now more because of the chet, but since there is a chet, Hashem gave the neshama the ability to split into more. We have the ability. First, Adam Rishon made the sin. There was a Arvut of Bera. We had to split. It's impossible to say one guy is going to fix everything because the otzma of the chet was so big. Even if Adam Rishon would have done tshuva for 500 years, it wouldn't have been enough. The Arvut was too much. So Hashem, because of that chet, Hashem gave us the capability to split. And also us. It's not that the chet splits us, it's because Hashem saw that because of the chet, we can't fix in one Gilgul everything. So Hashem gave us the capability to split into more nitzot, which is a very big chesed. Person dies. Imagine he has to come back again. The whole piece. No, Hashem says. Only that piece comes down. Yeah, you're missing that part of your neshama forever.
That was a chesed or not? I guess.
But it's a chesed because at least my part gets to stay up there.
But you want to add on to your part.
Okay, so you still have another 100 years. Keep on adding.
But you could choose to come down and add. Or
we're going to learn about that. Some people come down.
You could choose like...
You have to be somebody like the Ari Anadol. Even the Ari, once he saw that there was no point of him being here, he left. When he saw that the Chaverim... They say he came back in the Rashash, he came back in the Sulam.
They say he came back in Baal Shem Tov.
Baal Shem Tov. Was that what they say too?
That's what they say.
Yeah, the Ari came out of Baal. I heard that, but the very Komarna said that Chaim Vital was the Baal Shem Tov. You don't tell me your Haruz doesn't know this. Megillat Starim of the Komarna. You have it. You have Megillat Starim of the Komarna?
So.
He says before. I told you this before. I'll send you a picture. Bli neder. I have it. I have two.
You get voice notes on text, right?
Huh?
You get voice notes on text, right?
Yeah. But WhatsApp is better. You could forward, make it faster, make it slower. This is play it dies. I don't know.
I'll speak fast.
My point is that he says before us that Baal Shem Tov was a short Chaim Vital from short Chaim. And apparently, Rabbi Mikomarna says this, that when the Ari said to Chaim Vital, that Ani was written in the Pasuk, Ulemi kol chemdas Yisrael. So chemdas Yisrael, the Chachayim didn't know what he meant. So he said he meant that he's going to come back as Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov. And he's going to spread the light in that way. It's Rabbi Mikomarna. And he says also Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Bardicha was from that charge. And he says, huh?
I'm your grandson.
Levi Yitzchak? Your father.
Mother.
For your mother. So you have the blood of Levi from Bardichev. From Chaim Vital. ואלה כמובן סוף הקדמה י"ח. אוקיי.
I think also Kasarabi says it's Kain.
The Kasarabi says who? Who's Kain?
He.
Oh yeah? Which one? The original one? The Havat Shalom?
Oh, the one in Bar Park now.
Oh yeah? He knows his charge?
It's a lot of studying. He has a lot of studying.
I'm asking if he knows his charge.
I heard Bach told me that he says he's a Kain. I don't know.
Oh yeah? But he's afraid of water?
How smart do you have to be to figure out, like, in the general shortage what you
You
want?
need to see the Dishmaya.
I believe he learned the books more than once.
I don't think it's just about learning. There's many more things that come. It's not just Talmud Torah. First of all, a person has to do all the mitzvot.
He's a big tzaddik.
You have to do all the mitzvot according to all the shitot. It to be about Yisurim. Because if he says them. Why not? Labrut. Okay, let's end over here. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, we